Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. My name is Chinedu Nwokeafor. I am a graduate from Morgan State University in Baltimore, Maryland, with a Bachelor's of Arts in Speech Communications, with a concentration on rhetoric and speech. First of all, happy Savior's Day. Unfortunately, I cannot be with you all this weekend in Chicago. However, I am there in spirit. Uh, Shout out to my sister Kama Muhammad for giving me the opportunity to at least do this video message for all of my brothers and sisters who are currently there. And the message that I was given was celebrating our uniqueness. Now, it's a funny thing to talk about what it is to be unique. So, everybody doesn't know the experience of what it is to be an albino or what have you. But let me tell you a story about something and why uniqueness is very important. So my parents are direct descendants from Africa. They lived there, born there, all that good stuff. So I'm first generation African American, if you will. Growing up in my family, it was a kind of conflict between the culture of being an African and the culture of living in America. However, my parents were very stern in teaching their kids that you must always represent your African culture. So I always loved my African culture. I wore my garbs, and show and tell people were bringing in their hermit crabs or this or that, and I was bringing in African music videos and kente cloth and the whole 9 yards. And I always loved what it meant to be African, even though I was ridiculed by friends and classmates. African booty scratcher. I'm sure you all know these jokes. If not, maybe some of y'all have made them yourself. But the point I'm making is that's when I was younger, but I always found peace in being proud of who I am because I knew who I was and am and currently will always be is a unique child of God. So let's backtrack. Well, let's move forward now to 2018, February the 16th. A movie called Black Panther was released. And I've noticed a lot of my African American brothers who once upon a time called me an African booty scratcher was now embracing African culture and what it means to be an African. Brothers and sisters, I open up with that is because celebrating our uniqueness is important. And the same thing goes for albinism. Maybe y'all don't see the benefit and the beauty and the love and the creativity in what it is to be an albino. But the power of God is that the naysayers open their eyes to what they don't know in the future. And that's how I feel. I remember the jokes as well. Oh, you're bright, you're white. Even I remember people like dangling papers in front of my face, like, oh, where did Chinedu go? But I never let that deter me because I knew that there was something unique about what it is to be me. And it is hard being an albino, not only with having the sensitive skin to the sunlight or the, for me, it's nystagmus, but the visual acuity being so low, but it's just a stigma related to it. But I turned that tribulation into triumph. I I always saw it as an advantage. I always knew that I was the lightest African that I knew. I made it a joke and I embraced it. And one thing I love about being albino, especially in the atmosphere with all my, black brothers and sisters, is I'm going to always be the lightest one in the room. So I always stand out. And I ask myself, God makes no mistakes. Can we agree or can we disagree? I know we can agree. Um, and that is what I'm happy about. I was created to stand out. I was created to not look like anybody else, to not seem like anybody else. And I am the manifestation, as the Honorable Minister Farrakhan says, that all races, all colors come from us. Red, white, black, brown, green, you name it. We are the fathers and mothers of everything. So I've never had an issue with my albinism as I grew up. I embraced it even further as I got older. And it's very important that you embrace whatever it is that makes you you. It's it's very easy to say, but it's something you have to believe in, and that's the power of God. God will push you forward in this understanding of who you are, because you are still a child of His. Don't feel awkward. Don't feel strange. Feel strong. Feel confident. Like my dear sister created her organization, Confident Albinos. I wish I was as confident at her age as she is. She is a vivacious albino woman, and God has so many more opportunities and blessings for her in the future. I can see it just by the way she takes life on by the horns, and the way she is fearless in her movement. Um, and all I can say, honestly, is that that is what it takes. It's fearlessness. There are 101 things in this world that we may be struggling with, that we may not look like another, talk like another, dress, smell, worship the same God, be within the same religion. But one thing that makes you noticeable more than anything is your fearlessness. Never fear to be who God created you to be. Live within that light and never let any outside entity extinguish such a great light. You know, when I met the minister for the first time, didn't really know him, never really heard about him. But this bright light that God gave me, he saw it the first time he met me. And I saw him and he saw me and we saw each other. And before our eyes locked, our spirits spoke. And he smiled at me and said, "I love you, brother." And automatically when he said that, I felt the genuinity, I felt the connection. And that was because I was letting God do with me his will. And I was being fearless in being who I am, in how I looked, how I dressed, and how I presented myself. And that realness, as they say, real recognizes real. The minister saw that, and instantly we clicked. And he's been my teacher ever since, and a very close friend, and somebody who I even consider like a mentor, like a father. So, in embracing our uniqueness, embrace whatever it is that God gave to you and you exclusively. I'm going to say that one more time. Embrace whatever God gave to you and to you exclusively. I'm going to say it one more time. Embrace what God gave to you and to you exclusively. And I say that because repetition is the key to learning. That is important. You were created an original. Don't waste your time trying to be a copy. I bid blessings onto you, peace onto you. If I can do it, if Sister Kima can do it, anybody can do it. But what's more important is also that those around her, us, support. Support is very important in our communities. Support our movements. Support what we do. So I thank Confident Albinos for allowing me to create this video. I bid you all a happy, successful, transformative Savior's Day. And may the almighty grace of Allah be with you. Peace.